Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Silent Calls Tarot. I'm Nini, and I'm here to give a collective message, but I'm also going to speak on some things that have been, giving to me to speak on or whatever. So all of my information for contacting me, booking any kind of readings, any kind of jewelry, any of my oils or anything, all of that is available on my website. It'll be the link in the description box below, as well as my email address, so you can have direct contact with me. Also, to enter the contest to win any of the prizes, all you have to do is comment on any of my uploaded videos and just pretty much tell me at least one thing that you love about yourself. It could be your hair, your nose, your lips, your eye, your way of thinking, your posture, anything that you love about you. You comment that on the video, and I'll take your name and put it into the raffle. So when I announce winners, I'm still not too sure if I'm gonna choose one or more, but yeah, we'll see when that comes. But I'm gonna announce the winner or winners on September 20th or maybe the 21st, one of those days. But as long as you've commented what you love about yourself or whatever before that date or on that date, I will take your name as an entry, and we'll choose, online on the video, do a raffle, do a shuffle, and pull names out of a container to announce the winners. Okay, so Spirit, I allow you to use messages, so please help me hear, speak, and see clearly to get these messages across to the collective. Help them to receive it clearly. Help me to receive it clearly, and I do thank you for this opportunity. Okay, so I'm playing a Hertz here. This is for awakening your third eye, your psychic ability and intuition. It's a third eye and crown chakra meditation video, but I'm playing the Hertz, so this is what I'm playing. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but that's what I'm playing. It's playing in the background. Okay, so I had to pull over to get this message out. I had been getting, different downloads and different things that, maybe I should talk about or speak on, but Spirit has been guiding me within these messages. So I did some doodling and stuff earlier today, and I'm going to go with the flow and see how things go. So they had me to write down an affirmation here. Well, I'm not sure if it's completely affirmations, but there's something to it. So it says, success is for the takers, those that push through it all without wavering, the knowers. I am success. I walk into the abundance due to me. I accept and receive unconditional love in abundance. I accept the promised throne. I reign. I am who God says I am. I am that I am. And they had me to write two keywords: is grace and new wave. This is the paper that I wrote on. It's all scrambled stuff, but this is what I wrote. So they also had me to go and write a lot of different affirmations, and I wrote them on a lot of different strips of paper here, and I'm gonna kind of shake it up in the little thing, because I had made like a little container with this sheet of paper. I'm gonna shake them up, and I'm gonna pull from these and see what messages Spirit wants to give us to 333 on the clock, but give us to go on today, because these are affirmations. So okay, one jumped out. Okay, this one says, I am love. I am love. Can you see? I am love. Okay, I'm gonna pull two more. Okay. This one says, if I can get it unraveled. This one says, I am knowing. I am knowing. Okay. And one more. Let me shake them all. Okay. Now let me put these to the side. And this one says, it says, I am fertility. I am love. I am knowing. I am fertility. So maybe these are affirmations that you may need to speak over your life, over yourself, things that you are acknowledging and affirming into your life. I am love. I am knowing. I am fertility. Now, okay, now I don't know, these may go into what I'm going to speak on, but we're gonna put these to the side. Okay, so in one of my recent videos, it's called Before the Storm, and it has like the icon is the Nibiru Arrival. Nibiru the Arrival, I think that's what it's on. But it's called Before the Storm, and it's one of the most recent videos I've done. Now, on that video, I gave my dream, something that I had a dream about, but more so it seemed too real to be a dream. I spoke about it on that video, and now that I think about it with what is going on now, because I watched the news yesterday recently or whatever, and I see the different storms or whatever that they have, that they're broadcasting and whatever and whatnot. But I also saw something else on there. I think I saw like a post or something, but they were talking about some different storms that happened in like 1974 or something. But it was like what is going on now. There were multiple different water storms, hurricanes, whatever you want to call them. There were different storms out in sea, and it's like history was made then, because that was like the main time where they had to promote like 5 or 6 different storms in different locations at one time. It was like a big shock, a big shakeup. And from what's going on now with the dream that I had, now I'm gonna try to, yeah, I still remember the dream. The dream that I had, in this dream, it was like I was on a street or something. I'm gonna try to remember it as I can, but I know I kept seeing like a sign, and the sign kind of like this sign here that I'm looking at now. I'm at like a water dock or whatever, but it has like different guidelines on what to do, what not to do when you're entering the water, and what times and what not to enter into the water. But they were showing me this as like a boardwalk, but the sign you get to before a boardwalk on like the beach or whatever. But there was a man standing there, and he was, you know, warning people about the storm that was coming. Now, I was talking to this man or whatever, and he was reading, you know, giving me the guidelines of what the water is doing and what not to do with the water. So it's like this street or this boardwalk here, this boardwalk that led to the water here, it was in a neighborhood, and it's like this neighborhood was filled with not apartments but like homes, different homes they weren't too far apart, but they had their own backyard and front yard. But they were able to see that the water was coming up. This water was coming up in their yards. But it's like I talked to one lady, and I was talking to her, and she was telling me like she's used to the water rising to a certain level and then it just stops or whatever. She's not going to leave until she sees where the water is getting uncontrollable or whatever. But it's like once I went from talking with this woman or speaking with this woman, we went to the water, and it's like we were talking to the water to calm it. We were calming the water to calm the storm or whatever. But it's like it was too late to calm the storm. The water was starting to rush up the street. It was coming out of the sea or out of the ocean, but it was too late to warn the people, because it's like no one was prepared, because they were used to water rising to a certain level, and it's like they didn't expect anything to happen of it. But the storm and the water had already started to come up. It's like it started moving too fast. That's what I was saying in the video. It came up faster than expected. Now, with the storms and things that are going on now, I know like within these regions, because I had a dream, and at the end of these dreams, it was Florida and New Orleans that were the main regions that spoke out to me. And this is the same, what is going on now, these are the same regions in which these storms are supposed to impact. Now, in this dream, these people were not warned ahead of time about these storms, and there was, I guess they got flooded out or whatever, because I woke up before the dream could, before everything could get washed away or whatever. But the water was coming up faster than it was expected to, and the people on this street, they had not moved out of their homes, they had not evacuated, they were sitting in the storm or whatever. And from me doing research or whatever, what is going on now, these are the same regions that are still holding water from previous storms. So that would go in reference to how I was seeing water still sitting in this woman's yard, and she was comfortable with it, because this water never went down, or it would rise to a certain level and then go back down, or maybe just stop at that level. But no one was prepared, because they were used to water rising to a certain level, and they were able to see that the water was coming up. It's like it was too late to calm the storm. The water was starting to rush up the street. It was coming out of the sea or out of the ocean, but it was too late to warn the people, because they it's like no one was afraid, or no one was in like an urgency to move. There was no panic or anything. Everyone was just at like a acceptance state that this water was going to sit at that level. Now, but in the dream, this water started to rise before these people could move. This same woman that was telling me that her water in her yard only reached a certain level and that she didn't expect it to get higher, and if it did get a little higher, she would go. But it's like she didn't get a chance to see that the water was getting higher in order to move, because it just started to rush in. The water was piling up on the street. It was like a massive flood. And this is what I dreamt about, and I look at it as a premonition, because you just don't, if I'm still remembering this same dream, something's to it. But yeah, so it was Florida and New Orleans. So I've been seeing like these storms or whatever, because I'm close to that area. But it's more so like we're seeing the storm clouds, like you're seeing the warning before the storm here. And that's what I feel like I'm doing here. I feel like I'm giving out a warning, because they're not going to tell these people ahead of time. They're going to wait until the last minute, and so many people are not going to make it. Yeah, because they're going to learn about this thing at the last minute. And people were still in their homes with this water coming up. Like, people were unaware that the water was rushing out at the rate that it was. They were only expecting, maybe they were expecting it to get to a certain level and just stop. But this water was not stopping. This water was constantly flowing, and it was a rush coming through the banks of the ocean or the sea or whatever this was. It was overflowing down the street like a big wave. How I just said on their new wave. But 11:11, it was 11:47, 11:11. But yeah, that's what I'm speaking on. So I don't know if I need to go into more. Okay, let me get my phone. Also, because I've been getting a lot of stuff that they've been putting this together for me. Now, I did a video on the 7 seals. It's called the 7 seals. It's one of the most recent videos that I've done. The camera keeps freezing up. Okay, one of the most recent videos that I've done. Now, I'm going to speak on the 6th seal, because that's something that I spoke on in that video that I seen recently. Now, recently we had like the experience of the red moon or whatever, and I looked up into that or whatever, and it kind of looked like an eclipse, like the sun and the moon passing each other or whatever. You know how they explain that. I'm not into all that planet stuff, but explaining it how I understand it or how I perceive it. It's like the moon and the sun were crossing. Now, usually when this happens, it knocks off or it throws off mini storms. It causes like this big shakeup, because a lot of things have to go. A lot of ways have to end. A lot of things are meant to end at this time. It's because it's being eclipsed out of this life to start a new wave here. And that's the wave that I guess I was seeing there. But okay, Revelation 6, 12 through 17. This is what I'm looking at. And in that chapter, that's where they talk about the 6th seal, the great earthquake. The sun black and moon is blood. The stars of heaven, angels fell. Okay, and like how the skies and stuff have been looking crazy or whatever. Yeah, and from that perspective, I'm perceiving the heaven and the angels that have fallen, because I've recently seen like people speaking on the topic about these different things that have happened between like the witching hours or whatever. Things are being, well, from what I see, these things are not only happening between these hours. Right now, they are happening all throughout the day. You just have to tune in and hone into what your eye is showing you, not doubting what you actually see, because these things are not just happening at specific times. I don't know what that is. It's like a crow or a hawk or something. But these things aren't happening at just like a specific time. They are happening all around, because heaven is here. That's what I perceive it as. Like, heaven is not gone. Like how the video, the icon that I placed on it, Nibiru is here. That's like the heaven, the godly place or whatever. More into that later. But heaven is here. So everything that can roam right now, these things are already roaming, and they're not only roaming at a specific time, they're all throughout the day, because right now there's a balance being made. There's a restoration being made here. So it's like everything is having to be grouped together for things to be picked out of this group. That's what they're showing me, like a big bowl of, they say energies, a big bowl of energies for someone to pick out of these what they want to go into this new world and what they want to leave in hell. I don't know how this is going, but they're showing me like a perspective of heaven and hell, but the in between is where we are now. Okay, they're showing me like the 7th seal here. Now the 7th seal is considered to be the silence in heaven, and how I perceive this silence in heaven, they speak about it in Revelations chapter 8 verse 1, and maybe even deeper, but that's the chapter that I say right here. How I perceive this silence in heaven, I perceive this as being how we were in a dream, how we were trying to calm the water, and we were speaking calmness into the water, speaking peace into this atmosphere to bring peace. But it's like the earth had already made its decision to wash away so many things, to cleanse itself so much before this peace. And how they're showing me like this great earthquake or whatever, this great storm here, this great eclipse that's happening. Things are being taken away that cannot go into this higher dimension here, and that's why all these things are chaotic right now. They seem chaotic, but this chaos is for the peace at the end. That's the silence in heaven here. Now they're showing me like, okay, that calming, how the storm didn't calm, but we were calming the storm. It's like creating this peace around yourself, surrounding yourself in this safe place, and knowing, how I was saying, I am love, I am fertility, knowing that you are one with the universe, one with earth, and knowing that you are safe from this storm, safe from this chaos, safe from this eclipse that's happening here. Tuning in your vibration to the earth's energy, tuning your energy to the earth's vibration, so you won't be eclipsed out. That's what they're showing me. Now I don't know, but that's what they're showing me. Okay, is there anything else that we need to? They're not going to warn these people. That's what's been sticking with me. I kind of been thinking about it since I had this dream or whatever, because I don't know if I really reached that many people, but these people are not going to be warned ahead of time. They're not. And many people will be, because of them not knowing. But no, okay, they're showing me like the earth right now, if you are tuned into, with you tuning into this earth's frequency right now, you can sense that there's a cleansing going on. It's cleansing. It's like it's doing a self-healing here. It's not what the people are doing. Earth is cleansing itself, period. Whether you are adding to it or not, it's getting rid of what it sees as not being something, like how we say things that hinder your vibration, hinder your elevation. This is what earth is doing. Earth is removing things that is going to hinder it being on a higher vibration. They're showing me like the frequency is changing. The new wave, you have to get on this new wavelength or be eclipsed out. Now they're getting me to go into the meaning of eclipse, so I'm gonna go into that. Yeah, I'm sorry about all my saliva. I have what's these things called, wisdom teeth, top and bottom. So, and I talk fast, so okay, eclipse. Let's go. I didn't know what this was going to be about, but it's coming together as we're going. Okay, an eclipse is an obscuring of the light from one celestial body by the passage of another between it and the observer, or between it and its source of illumination. Okay, they're also showing me a phase during which the distinctive markings of a bird, especially a male duck, are obscured by molting of the breeding plumage. of a celestial body obscure the light from or to another celestial body. Okay, I'm gonna read this part and then I'm gonna go into what I'm being shown. The partial or total blocking of light of one celestial object by another. An eclipse of the sun or moon occurs when the earth, moon, and sun are aligned. In a solar eclipse, the moon becomes between the sun and the earth. That's the eclipse what I was talking about, the solar eclipse. So there may be another eclipse that's coming. I'm not sure because I haven't looked into all of that, but that's what they're showing me. Okay. The part that they're taking me back to, the partial or total blocking of light of one celestial object by another. Now, how they're showing me this, how I was saying, like, heaven is here, hell is here. There's an in-between right now where they're having to, like, you're having to be picked on. Either you're going on this side or you're going on that side. Like, your vibration is showing which side you are on. And this is how you're being, like, a deciphering. That's what they're showing me, like a deciphering is going on here. You're being split apart from what is not like you, what is not like or of you. Now, how they're showing me, like, the one, they say, like, one object blocking the light of another object here. How they're showing me, like, the fallen angels, they're showing me, like, now I know what fallen angels are, but they're showing me from, like, a human perspective. Now they're showing me, like, okay, like, in reference of different people that have elevated themselves to a level in which they are supposed to project a light here. These people are projecting darkness to cover the light of others. They're showing me, like, the light of those who are supposed to be shining their light right now. There is, like, a entity or an energy that is here to, it's like, hinder the light from being shown here. Maybe those are the warnings, the warnings that will not make it, or like because they're showing me, like, a warning before the storm here. The warnings before the storm, but they're showing me, like, energy. I'm gonna try to put it into words, but they're showing me, like, energy here. There are downloads, how I said, like, you being in tune with the earth's energy or whatever. The earth is showing you right now what it is doing. From looking at the skies, paying attention to the skies, paying attention to the animals and the creatures and the birds and different things. These animals speak and they tell you, and even the earth tells you when it is doing something. Like how you can go outside and you know it's about to rain. You know it's about to be a tornado. You know it's about to be a storm. If you are paying attention to the temperatures and different things that are going on within the earth and around on different levels of the earth, different planes in the earth, you can see that there's a cleansing going on. There's how before you get something, there always has to be, like, destruction. Before you make it to a higher level, you feel like you losing everything. And that's what they're showing me, like, how the world looks at everything right now as being chaotic, and like we're losing this, and we're not going back to the normal. We're going into the unknown. This unknown, from how they are showing me, this unknown is something that is needed for this earth's survival. And it's like this population, I don't know where population came from, but it's like population is being controlled by the earth. People are trying to control this, but they cannot. Earth is controlling its own population, but it's energy wise, you're being chosen based upon if you vibrate with the earth or not. And it's like those are the ones that are eclipsed out. So I don't even want to say this, but so many people will not make it because they are not tuning into this vibration. And there are a lot of warnings that have been being blasted on here. But even how they said, like, well, how they were showing me, like, the different energies to block out the light. Because I've been paying attention a lot, but how a lot of things, because I see, like, even lately, I know I don't really watch all those different chaotic vibration and videos or whatever, but they are being projected, like they're being recommended more than something that's positive. I'm constantly seeing people doing ignorant things more than it is positivity, but it's like it's being promoted here. It's being promoted to keep you on a lower vibration so you won't make it. So you won't make it into this vibration that the earth is tuning into, because the earth is going into this vibration whether you are on it or not. And from what they show me, so many are going to be, because they are not getting on the vibration of the earth. It's like we're going into a new dimension, and the lower dimension, that's going to be considered hell. Hell is already here as well as heaven, and it's about your vibration, whether you are on a higher vibration to function in this higher energy, or whether you're on a lower vibration where you cannot see what's going on and you are not paying attention, you are not heeding to the warnings that are surrounding you. Nature has been talking. Trust me, they've been talking, and they've been warning about these storms that are coming. They've been teaching you, like, because I've been paying attention to birds and different insects and different things, and they've been preparing. They've been preparing for whatever it is that's coming. They have been preparing. I don't know, it might make me cry. I'm getting chills, but I don't know, but yeah, there's preparation that's needed, because warning comes before destruction, and a lot are not hearing these warnings, or they're not taking heed of what is going on or what is being spoken. No one is paying, I wouldn't say no one, but pay attention to what nature is saying, what nature is doing, because it's cleansing itself, but it's showing you how to get on a vibration in which you won't be thrown in the trash. You won't be looked at as trash to the environment, trash to the energy of the, you know how when you're cleansing your auric field and you get rid of different people because you feel like they're hindering your energy or hindering your auric field, they're dimming your light. This is what, from what they're showing me, this is what earth is doing. To get to its higher vibration, it has to get rid of things that are dimming this light, dimming the aura, dimming the vibration, removing things that are hindering it from getting to a higher vibration. I don't know, I feel like I'm going in circles now. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. This is for the collective. This is, yeah, it's just it. It is what it is. I do thank you all for visiting my channel. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you feel led to do. Let spirit guide you with these messages. All of my information for contacting me, booking any kind of readings, any of my jewelry, any of my oils, all of that is available on my website, as well as my email address that'll be in the description box below for you to have direct contact with me if you need to speak with me or anything before making a purchase. Also, reminder, if you would like to enter the contest to win prizes or whatever, comment anything that you love about yourself on any of my videos before September 20th, 2020, and I'll take it as an entry and we'll do a raffle or whatever, picking names. I may choose one or more winners, not sure exactly of the amount that I'm going to choose, but yeah, I'm going to go with how spirit guides me. Thank you for visiting. Bye.